So I'm very excited to have these two doctors. So can you please introduce yourselves for us today?
Dr. Mike Miller, New England Patriots Football Club.
Dr. Jim Kurtz, former world champion, Seattle Seahawks.
So you guys both attended the previous Super Bowl as team chiropractors. Can you talk a little bit about your experience?
This was my 8th experience going to a Super Bowl. So we had won 3 Super Bowl rings, and it was very emotional because it meant a lot to the team. We had a lot of new players that were brought into the scene whose goal it was to try to give the head coach another Super Bowl victory and our quarterback, Tom Brady, another victory, so he would have his 4th Super Bowl ring.
And how about for you? What was the experience like?
Well, my 2nd Super Bowl, it's an incredible experience to be at a Super Bowl, first of all, win or lose. Our game was a tremendous game for the fans. It's nerve-wracking if you're on the sidelines because you never really knew who was going to win that game right up until the very end. And it ended in very dramatic fashion, and it's a hard loss, but you quickly decide you're going to move on and think about next season. Dr. Miller's been on the end of those, and he knows as well as anyone. You just move on.
I'm curious as whether your techniques or your style changes closer towards the Super Bowl. Do you do more? Do you do less? Can you speak to that a little?
I would say I do about the same things as far as technique because the players learn a certain pattern that they expect when you go into the locker room, and they get used to that schedule. So the only difference is I think the players are a little bit more hyped up before a Super Bowl because they know the significance of it.
And what is your favorite Super Bowl memory?
Obviously, I love the Super Bowl because from a fan's perspective, which I'm a fan as well, it gave us a roller coaster of emotions. And towards the end, all of our Super Bowls, by the way, prior, the victories have been a 3-point differential between the two teams. So it's never been a blowout between two teams. So this one was one that you, at the end, when Kurtz caught that illustrious pass and maintained control of the ball, it was as if that was it. Your emotions were drained. You lost the game, that was it, and it was disheartening only because there's a lot of work that goes into the season to allow 2 of 32 teams to end in that position. And when the game turned around, it was almost a surreal experience as far as the emotions that occur at that time.
So your ring looks awfully heavy. I'm just wondering why there's more diamonds on this ring versus that ring.
Well, that's a player ring, and this Super Bowl ring, and this is a staff Super Bowl ring. They're a little bit smaller.
I understand.
But thank you for
Plus,
pointing
this
that
was
out.
the 3rd of a Super Bowl, so they get progressively
Better.
bigger and better and more expensive with each succession.
Handle it.
So are you guys going to be at the Super Bowl again next year, or?
We sure hope so. He laughs because he knows how hard it is.
Right.
It's very, very difficult.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Yeah.